Let us close the eyes. We will pray together. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May God protect us all. May we take food together. May we meditate and pray together. May we attain wisdom through our study and discussion. May there be no conflict among us. May there be peace everywhere. Om. Amen. I bow to one God who is formless, omnipresent. I bow to all the saints and sages of all times and places. I bow to lineage of Kriya Yoga masters, and I bow to each one of you. You are the living power of God. Good morning from Homestead, Florida Ashram. I hope you must be doing good. Nowadays, in many countries, lockdown situation is being lifted and we are returning to normal life with all necessary precautions. No doubt, it is challenging and difficult, but we have to move forward with positive outlook. Many of us are still worrying about handling the situation next and holding on to some negative mindset which needs to be changed. Many people have a habit of holding on to their past negative memories and experiences. They keep on visiting and revisiting these memories and remain sad and sorrowful. In my primary school days, I had read a profound proverb: a rolling stone gathers no moss. I always remembered it and I made it my way of life. I never stayed in a place more than 3 years during my work, except the ashram life. Even now, when I am with anyone, I'm 100% with that person and place. Once I leave the place, I leave everything related to that place, but I cherish some good memories only from my past to share with others. What happens to us if we do not put down our negative thoughts and problems? So here is a story I will share with you. There was a professor. One day he went to his class and he began his class by holding a cup with some water in it. He held it up for all to see and asked the students, how much do you think this cup weighs? Some students answered 50 grams, 100 grams, 125 grams. Professor said, I really don't know unless I weigh it. But my question is, what would happen if I held it like this for a few minutes? Nothing, the student said. Okay, what would happen if I held it up like this for an hour? Professor asked. Your arm would go numb, or your arm would begin to ache. One of the students told, Professor said, you're right. Now, what would happen if I held it for a day? Your arm could go numb. You might have severe muscle stress and paralyze, and you may have to go to hospital for sure. And all the students laughed. Professor said, very good. But during all this, did the weight of the cup change? Answer was no. Then what caused the arm ache and the muscle stress? The students were puzzled. What should I do now to come out of pain? Professor asked. Someone said, put the cup down. Exactly, said the professor. Life's problems are something like this. You hold it for a few minutes in your head, they seem to be okay. Think of them for a long time and they begin to ache. Hold it even longer and they begin to paralyze you. You will not be able to do anything. It is important to think of the challenges or problems in your life, but even more important is to put them down at the end of every day before you go to sleep. And that way, you're not stressed. You wake up every day fresh and strong, and you can handle any issue, any challenge that comes your way. So remember, every day when you go to sleep, put the cup down, put all your problems, all your worries down, means out of your head, sleep nicely, because we sleep in the lap of God. Very often we become very serious about unnecessary things. In this world, we have to live very light-hearted, not carrying any burden on head. In a program, one mother said, my husband left me yesterday and I am very sad. I thought, your husband is happy to abandon you and you are sad because you accepted your abandonment. We keep imagining many things like whether my son will listen to me or not. We have caught hold of everything in this world. In Kaivalya Upanishad, there is a mantra number 13. Swapne sajivah sukha dukkha bhokta swamayaya kalpita jiva loke sushupti kale viline tamobhibhuta sukharupameti. The very same individualized ego is in the dream state, experiences its pleasure and pain. In a field of existence created by its own Maya, which is misapprehension of reality. During the state of profound sleep, sushupti or slumber, when everything is merged into its causal state, it is overpowered by tamas and comes to exist in its form of bliss. That is why when we sleep every day, we get completely refreshed when we get up. During sleep, we feel blissful state, but we are not conscious of it. So every day when we sleep, what is supposed to happen? Remember, we do not collect anything in our sleep, but instead we discard everything. I am man, I am woman, I am tall, I am short, I am Hindu, I am Christian, I am American, I am Indian. All these identities are lost in deep sleep. I am dead. It also gets discarded. We become nobody, nothing. The joy for which ordinary people are sleeping, getting married, rejoicing in relative joy, this is all conditioned to people or objects. One who has a burden on his head can never sleep. We have placed this burden on ourselves, and we have to get rid of this burden. Again, in Kaivalya Upanishad, there is a mantra, Tyage Naike Amrutatvam Anashuhu. By renunciation alone, immortality is attained. People leave us, they come in our life, they leave us. So before the world leaves us, we should renounce the world. Why do we feel refreshed after 8 hours of sleep? Because at that time, we do not want to remain anything. In Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter, 12th verse, Lord Krishna also says, Tyagat Shantihi Anantaram. By renunciation of fruits of action, one can attain peace of mind. So here, we don't need to renounce the world. Here, many times we commit this mistake that renouncing the world, I have to leave this world. No, we don't need to renounce the world. We need to renounce our attachment to the world, and that is what meditation teaches. A famous philosopher saint, Osho, Acharya Rajneesh, he said, beautiful example. If you drop your handkerchief while walking on the street and a stranger picks it up and returns to you, naturally you thank him because you had no expectation from this stranger. If the same handkerchief is picked up and returned to you by your wife, maybe you don't say thank you because you expect your wife must do that. On the contrary, if she does not pick up and gives handkerchief back, you may even become angry. So expectation is the cause of misery. Detachment or renunciation here does not mean to renounce your wife, your children, or your family, but real renunciation, tyage naike amrutatva anashu. Real renunciation is to renounce the expectation, your attachment to the world. One who has renounced expectation of happiness from others can never be unhappy because happiness is your own nature. We are that. Once a little boy asked, Swamiji, what should I do when I meditate? Many unnecessary thoughts come to my mind. So I said, naturally, those thoughts will come. What you're holding will come at the time of meditation. When you become a wife, so thoughts of husband will come. If you become a father and meditate, then the son's thought will come. That is, when we meditate by becoming something, then only thoughts come to the mind during meditation. And this is the basic source of thoughts when we become something. So this individual ego or I, it changes the label. I, the ego, does not get destroyed. So money, many times thoughts of money come. So money is important for both the persons who talks about the richness and the person who talks about poverty. Both are talking about the money. The person who talks about enjoyment or who talks about yoga has great significance for both of them. Sometimes we say, now I have started my spiritual life. Previously I was bad, now I am good. Previously I was a householder, now I am a yogi. This is not a spiritual practice. The grip of any object affects the function of our hands. If you catch the daughter-in-law, then you'll become mother-in-law. So we feel that the meaning of spirituality is to create some speciality like costumes, mark on forehead, rosary, garland. This is not spirituality. Whereas in reality, the spirituality means to lose all the characteristics. My a spiritual mentor during my college days. One day he told me, don't make any identity. You will be in trouble. You have to break all the conditioning, all the identities. Just remain simple, humble, loving. I'm trying to do that, following Guruji's instruction. So one who thinks cannot laugh, and he who thinks cannot, who laughs cannot think. Both cannot have together. However, once I saw a person with a long face, very sad. So I asked if he was married, and he said, no, my face is like this. Therefore, just like in deep sleep, we need to renounce everything. In deep meditation, also we have to renounce all our name, form, gender, all the identities, all the thoughts, even body consciousness, and then only we experience divine bliss, Ananda, which is our real nature. With regular practice, we dissolve our chitta vrittis, which are mentioned in the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the means to dissolve all our thought patterns or modifications of mind. And one day, through dissolving our chitta vrittis, modifications of mind or thought patterns, with sincere, regular, long practice, we will attain thoughtless state, where we don't become anything, but we are who we are. And that's why Gurudev used to say, you are not you, you are real you. Real you means not these upadhis, identities, but inside you are the soul, which is the form of Satchidananda, pure consciousness, absolute bliss, and eternity. And it is possible with continuous effort and grace of masters. However, so today we begin our discussion with holding a cup. So I will conclude the talk with another example of cup. Suppose you are holding a cup of coffee. Many of us like coffee in the morning. If you are holding a cup of coffee and someone comes along and bumps into you, making you spill coffee everywhere. It happen. Why did you spill the coffee? You spill the coffee because there was coffee in the cup. Had there been tea in the cup, you would have spilled tea. The point is, whatever is inside the cup is what will spill out. This body is like a cup. Our mind is like a cup. So whatever we are feeding our mind, that will come out during meditation or even in dream state. So when life comes along and shakes you, which is going to happen, whatever is inside you will come out. It is easy to fake it until you get rattled. So we have to ask ourselves, what is in my cup? When life gets tough, what spills out? In normal course, when everything is good, everything is going in right way, we can smile. But what happens when we are facing difficult situations, when we are sorrowful, when we have challenges like we are going through in this world right now? Not only trying to overcome the pandemic situation, but also civil unrest in USA, in India, and so when we have difficulties, when life gets tough, what spills out? Joy, gratefulness, peace, and humility? Or does anger, bitterness, harsh words, and reactions come out? We have to choose. There's a beautiful mantra from Mahanarayan Upanishad and Sri Sukta, Vedic hymn to Goddess of Prosperity, Mother Lakshmi. We chant this mantra during our worship to God and Gurus, offering sandalwood paste. Om Gandhadvara Duradharsham Nitya Pushtam Karishinim Ishwari Sarvabhutanam Tami Vopavai Shriyam. It's a very beautiful mantra, and the meaning is that one who is the source of all fragrances, who is difficult to approach, Duradharsham, who is always filled with abundance and leaves a residue of abundance wherever that Divine Mother is, she reveals herself, who is ruling power of all beings. Please invoke her here, who is embodiment of Shri, goddess of wealth. But the metaphorical meaning of this mantra is just like Gandhadvara, Duradharsha means just like the sandalwood paste, sandalwood is rubbed on the stone with water. It gives nice aromatic smell. Similarly, when I am rubbed with difficulties in life, let good qualities come out of me. So today, let us work towards filling our cups with gratitude, joy, forgiveness, words of affirmation, kindness, compassion, and love for others. What we collect, it will come out. Not only when we are wakeful, when we are talking, but also in our meditation, all those thoughts will come. So it is very important for us to get rid of these thoughts. And how? Through more cycles of Kriya Pranayam. Guruji always recommends, even all our masters, they have recommended, practice more and more Kriya. Kriya means here Kriya Pranayama. With each breath, we are cleansing our inner being. We are getting rid of all our karmic relations, bonds. So we have to increase our practice with love, sincerity, and we have to take out all the negativities and all the positive thoughts we have to get in. So what we collect, it will remain and it will be manifested in our life. So this is the significance of cup, which is representing our own body. So let us try. Situation is difficult and slowly we are becoming better and better. Under any circumstances, we should not lose hope and we should be more positive, because things are not going to be permanent, it will change. So let us spread more love, forgiveness, more compassion for others in this whole creation. Now it's time to meditate. So we'll begin our general meditation today. Wherever you are, sit with the spine straight. Close the eyes. Let us take this very moment to detach ourselves from the external world, external conditionings, and let us identify ourselves with our divinity, our real nature. Just feel relaxed. Bring your attention in the middle of the eyebrows, the third eye. In Hatha Yoga Pradipika, there is a verse. Pavanah yatra viliyate manah tatra viliyate. When the breath dissolves, our mind also dissolves. Let us work on our breath to make it more rhythmic, more regular, more even. Let us shift our attention to the breath. Forgetting our identity with body, just remain with the breath and watch. With deep love, observe incoming breath, outgoing breath. Try to keep 100% attention on the breath, the movement inside the spine, as you become aware of your breath. You become conscious of your mind. You can watch every single thought. Increasing inner awareness. Now, take a slow, long, deep inhalation. Hold the breath, bend forward, and bow in your front. Exhale. Normal breath. a symbol of humility. You may feel all the energy from bottom chakras, lower centers moving towards the brain, nourishing your brain for quick evolution. Feel love within. Inhale slow, long, and deep. Hold the breath very gently. Sit upright. Then exhale. Come to normal breath. Little more calmness. Before we enter to the state of meditation, let us do some breath work, deep breathing technique, pranayama. Very slow, long, and deeper breath as per your capacity. Slow, long, deep inhalations and exhalations. We will practice couple of minutes. While inhaling, we will bring in all the positive qualities, love, peace, compassion. When we exhale, let us take out all our negativities. This is real pranayama. Remain in the soul center from bottom of the spine to top of the head. Just try psychic breath. Inhale, slow, long, deep. Feel love. Exhale. Feel peace. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Inhale, peace. Exhale, love. Inhale, peace. Exhale, love. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Normal conscious breath. Your breath becomes equal, feeble, and very slow, just like floating into the sky like a balloon. Let go of all your thoughts, body consciousness behind, and just move up into the inner space inside the cranium, formless state. You are nobody. You are nothing. In this silence, meditate. You are floating in the ocean of bliss. Experiencing calmness and peace. Again, bring your attention in between the eyebrows. Extreme calmness and love. Om. Amen. Very gently open the eyes. Completely relaxed, peaceful, refreshed. Look around, look in front of you. The world remains the same, but you are changed. To conclude this session today, we'll pray for well-being and for everybody. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all become happy and healthy. May everyone be loving, noble, and compassionate. May there be no suffering or sorrow. May there be more peace, love, harmony among us and in this whole creation. May the blessings of God and Masters be upon us all and everywhere. Maintain this peace. Manifest this peace within and everywhere. Thank you all for joining this satsang and meditation session today with us. Hope to see you again next time. Today we have another session at 2 o'clock. Autobiography of a Yogi book club. See you there. Thank you all. I bow to God within you all.